Alright, in this video you are going to learn the n8n basics. When I started with n8n, it was a little challenging. Didn't have much guidance, so if I had a tutorial or just little guide like this would have been huge for me if I had this at the beginning. So this is why I'm making this video right now. After I go through all the vocabulary and mindset stuff, we are gonna build out a workflow from scratch, a simple workflow, just so you can get the idea what this automation tool is and how powerful it is. So your ideas are essentially about to compound like never before. And I'm saying this because it will 100% happen. I hear all people talk about it. You want to think of this as like building invisible assistants that keep up with your brain. So literally people that see what you got going on, but they work 24/7, never get tired, and execute your ideas while you sleep. No coding is required. This is a no code tool. It's just clarity, curiosity, and a willingness to think differently about how work gets done. And key tip, don't only use n8n for business use for your clients. Don't only use it for that. Use it also for your personal struggles and make it your life easier. You technically have the ultimate edge right now in online society with this automation tool. You could do and save a lot of time with it, create some crazy products off of your brain and go crazy, So yeah. The core vocabulary. Get familiar with these, and that says 7 words, but it's really 5 right here. That unlock everything in n8n. These are just simple concepts that mirror how you already think. So nodes. Nodes are basically mini workers. Each of them perform one specific job. We're gonna get into all of these. So yeah, triggers. They're wake-up calls that start the chain reaction. Workflows, and you're going to hear workflows a lot. Habit loops that run without thinking. Credentials, your permission to enter an app. And the last one, APIs, which also you hear a lot. The invisible signed agreement between two apps. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what APIs are. If you're familiar with all these other websites, they use APIs. So let's get straight into this. Nodes, your mini workers. You can see this factory right here. Imagine you are running this small factory. Each station has only one worker with a specific job. One cuts the fabric, one sews the seams, and one adds the buttons, then packages the whole product. Nobody is a jack of all trades. Now, maybe you are, because, you're just like that. But everyone else, nodes work the same way. Each node is a specialist. One might grab data from Google Sheets, another might send an email, another might post on Discord, but when you connect them together, they form an assembly line that runs automatically. The beauty, you only set it up once. After that, your mini workers clock in and do their jobs without no supervision, just like how any company is ran. And that is the basically rundown of nodes. So nodes are just the mini tiny workers. Nodes, you'll see them real quick. I'll show you exactly what a node is and what it looks like. Pretty simple. Triggers, the wake up calls. So here, this picture right here, this is a great example. This is a start trigger gun, and they use it whenever they are about to do a race, right? All the way back. Every system needs a signal that split second before the race begins. That is your trigger. It's that simple. You get triggered. Like, think about something that triggers you. A YouTube video dropping, a message landing in your inbox. There's a bunch of triggers you can use on n8n, which is why it's so powerful. Obviously, like, it's set it that someone can send a form, a survey submission, which is huge if you are a contractor and you need someone to just submit a form. That's basically power of these triggers. So think of triggers as the starting gun of automation. Once it fires, the whole line takes off in perfect rhythm. This one with this line right here wouldn't take in perfect rhythm. Everyone would go crazy. But an actual trigger in n8n, all of them, they go one by one by one. So yeah, workflows. You're gonna hear workflows a lot. If you are shopping online for n8n workflows, you're gonna be looking for n8n, or you're gonna hear workflows a lot. If you're an automator, you will hear workflows a lot. Have this little step by step right here. It goes from trigger fires to nodes execute until the task completes, and this is a full workflow. So the trigger fires, something that happens, starts the workflow. Each worker does their job in a sequence. That's the node execute, and then for task complete, your goal is achieved automatically. So a workflow is just a fancy word for a habit loop. Like brushing your teeth, you don't really think about it. you pick up the toothbrush, hopefully in the morning, you add toothpaste, and then you brush, and then you rinse. Your brain automated that years ago. n8n lets you do the same thing with digital tasks. You build the loop once, and then it runs forever until you decide to change it. Here's a real example using YouTube, Notion, and Discord. So first would be the YouTube trigger. I would probably get a new video that drops on my favorite channel, which is probably mine. And then you'll extract the title. So I'm gonna extract the title from this. I have a specific goal. I'm gonna extract the title. A node will grab the video title and the URL, and I'll post this in Notion. Another node will be added, and it will create a database entry automatically. And then say if I want to alert everyone on Discord as well. So after you post on Notion, say it doesn't even have to be Notion. Say if it's like a CRM and you're posting on Google Sheets or Airtable, it then also alerts the Discord server that you're on. So anyone, maybe your team or just your whole entire Discord, it will alert them. So that's the whole thing. This is just a workflow, an example of one. Yeah. So connections and credentials. Now these will get annoying. At first adding them, I will have videos posted for Airtable, posted for, connecting your credentials, because they could get annoying. For me at least, it was pretty annoying getting them all, or like the essentials, and posting them. So connections, they equal nerve endings. I look at them as nerve endings, and what that means is your app don't naturally talk to each other. Gmail doesn't know Notion like that. They aren't pals. YouTube doesn't know about Discord. In fact, they used to beef, if you know about that whole copyright situation they had going on. But webhooks and connections act like nerve endings. They're like different parts of your digital body, like I said right here. So basically, webhooks are like a cheat way of getting something, if you think about it in that way. But it's not like the whole thing. It's just like a little, what you need from it. So credentials equal ID card. You need permission to enter an app, just like you need permission to enter a building. Credentials are a secure ID card that proves you are allowed to interact with Gmail, Slack, Airtable. So that's what it is, and you only need to set it up once. Pretty simple. Again, they're annoying to get through, so I have created some videos for that. So yeah, APIs. Okay, so I like to think of APIs, and most people know what APIs are, but every time your apps talk to each other is essentially what that is. When Notion sends data to Google Sheets, or YouTube whispers updates to Discord, or that is happening through an API. So all the credentials, everything we were discussing, none of that is possible without an API, right? So API stands for application programming interfaces. So yeah, think of APIs as the invisible handshake between machines, right? All right, so the mindset shift from user to builder, and I put this out because there is a mindset shift. There is a type of way you want to approach this when it comes to n8n, and actually learning the skill, because yeah, you will 1000%, you'll see the possibilities, but it takes like a real guts to actually stick through the end if this is your first time. Every task, I'd like to do it in this way, so I always stay like in thought, always just like whenever I'm going through my day-to-day n8n, building, sequencing, I like to think in this way. So think in chains, right? Every task is a series of steps. Once you see the pattern, you can automate it. Think in this way. So if you see the possibility, basically, you can automate it. You just have to go through this, then that, then this. Think in chains. That's how the most creative builds are made. Automate your thoughts. So when you start thinking in nodes, you stop wasting time. You'll begin automating your own ideas. So they actually have an AI builder version for n8n, and I'll go to that later on. But yeah, and then clarity over complexity. So automation is not coding, it's just being clear about what happens next, right? So I always be seeing all these n8n workflows that are like complex as hell, right? Crazy complex. Some of them are necessary, okay, but some of them, they literally just build them for no reason. Like they're building really complex builds for no reason. The most working, like the ones that actually sell a lot, are usually the simplest n8n workflows, and I'm gonna break that down separately in another video. But you don't want to go too crazy. You just want to have clarity. What is it doing? What pain point is it solving? what, you know what I mean, for that business. So the biggest shift isn't technical, it's psychological. You're no longer someone that uses tools, you're someone who builds systems. You have to use. That's why a lot of people are, you know, positioning themselves as an architect more than a person that does tech, like a technician. They won't really say it like that. So change your current mindset now if you haven't. These businesses want people that are focused on making the best outcome. Positioning yourself as an architect could be beneficial in the long run. So yeah, now we are going to get into n8n and build out a simple workflow that works. We're literally just going to think of one. We're going to do in 2 versions. We're going to build one out and then we're going to use AI for one. So all right, so you are going to type in the address bar n8n.io and it will pop up this sign up right here. And so it is a 14-day free trial plan if you are starting out for free. And then, you know, you can test it out. If it's not for you, you can stop it. Definitely 10 times worth it. And it's only 20. I think it's like 20. I don't even pay attention to the pricing, but I think it's like 25 a month, which to run a cloud. And then you could do local, which we'll get into a separate video. But yeah, just sign up and yeah. So what you will see when you join is the dashboard. You're just going to open instance and you're just going to go right here, currently online. And this is going to open up. So this is the overview. This is where all your workflows are going to be. So this is my test account. This is not my real account, but you can see I have a bunch of accounts, a bunch of workflows here. Like we mentioned what workflows work. This is where you're going to set your credentials for YouTube. I have everything in here. Credentials are annoying to set up, so we'll have a video for that. Airtable, Google Sheets, they're all the same, but they could be annoying setting up. So I'll make sure to go through that whole process with you guys. Execution, say when you finally get your client or, you know, just testing out for yourself, these are where all your valid or errors are going to be. So you can see over here, this is where all my stuff is at, you know. And yeah, data tables, don't worry about data tables. So we're just going to start from scratch. We're going to create a workflow. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either build it manually or you can build it. You can start off with AI. So you can literally give a prompt to AI and it will give you exactly what you want. So how I do my builds is I'll search up an idea, what's trending, what's going crazy. Right now it's voice agents, right? Say if you want a voice agent, you can literally type in AI. I want to create a voice agent that is for my ICP. You can describe your ICP, whatever it is, and then it'll give you like a starting. But since it's a beginning video, we're just gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna tell you guys about each node that I'm building out, and we're just gonna start with a simple workflow. So right, real quick, I'm gonna show you guys the triggers. These are all the triggers that you have. Whenever you're testing out, the most, say if you're vibe coding and you want a chatbot, you'll use on chat message. So you just chat and that will be your trigger for whatever is next. The main one that a lot of people use is the trigger manual trigger, which we're going to be using. And this is basically you just click the button and it'll just start off the workflow. So this is great for testing, but obviously when you're doing production, you wouldn't be using this. This is just for testing. So after that, you can add node, and this is where you get creative. So I haven't even thought what I should build. I want to keep it simple. We'll probably get something like data from, I don't know, let's say data from one of my Google Sheets, right? So Google Sheets, we'll create that, and we have our credential already set up. So we'll do get row, because we're not creating or appending or updating anything. We're just going to do get rows. So it will literally just get whatever we have. We'll choose the document where we need it from. So here's my estimate low. And then we'll do the table it needs from sheet 1. We can add filters if you want. We won't do any of that, but you could do that as a choice. And then you could add a option here. So data location on sheet, and then boom. So output formatting is probably what we want. And then yeah, but we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to leave it there. So now it is going to literally, it says right here, read sheet. It's just going to read whatever it is. Now say if we want it to go through whatever it's on the sheet. So let's actually go to Google Sheets right now. This is the one we're taking from. So say job type, we'll put electrical. This is for like something I was doing later, earlier. Electrical, plumbing, and then HVAC, location type, Boston. Jeez, I can't spell it. All right, so I just added, you know, so quick data right real quick so it can pull from. And then yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to go back to our workflow. Now, say if we want to generate ideas off of that. So we'll add a AI agent to come up with ideas from our sheets. So you can go to AI right here, and then you can just scroll down and pick whatever you want. So the best for this right here would probably be add our own prompt. So I like basic LLM chain. It's basically takes whatever it is and then it gives you exactly what you want. So define, you're gonna go here, basic LLM chain. You're gonna connect your model. So you can use any model you want. I use ChatGPT, so you can do that. I usually do 4.1. It's the best and fastest in my opinion. So just connect it there, and that is basically be sitting right here. And inside basic LLM, what you usually want to do is it's going to be connected to a chat trigger automatically. You usually want to do define below right here. So click on it and then do define below, so you can put your own prompt in here. So this is where you're going to instruct your person, your model. So example is right here. So hello, how can you help me, right? So this is how the basic LLM chain is going to start, how it's going to act, and what it's going to be doing. And then you can add a prompt right here, which is the system message, and it's going to be basically the role of your person, right? So what I'm going to do for this is I actually have Comet, which is Perplexity's chat model and web browser that basically take context from your screen and can already just help you out with whatever you got going on. As you can see, it's already knowing what I got going on in this page. So I'll be like, create me a prompt message and a system. Oh no, sorry. I should have just erased it. User prompt message along with a system prompt message for my Google Sheets workflow. That is going through Google Sheets, and the goal is to have the agent, or not agent, but the AI format my work and come up with blue collar ideas, since it's blue collar stuff like plumbing and electrical, blue collar ideas off of the trade and location. So something like that, we'll just paste it there. It is going to look at the page that you have going on and it's gonna give you exactly what you want. So that's why I find it so useful. It automatically knows what you're thinking about simply by taking context off of LM. So I really like Comment a lot. But boom, we can just paste it here. Here's my sheet data. Please format it and whatever. Boom. Please format it for readability and structure. You are expert focusing on workflow animation for blue collar. And it gives you exactly what I was talking about. So paste it here. Go to expression so you can see the full thing. We'll take this off real quick, and you can click what is it right here, so you can see the whole thing. You're an expert assistant focusing on the workflow automation for blue collar sectors. Your goals: format the provided sheet data into a clear, organized structure. Use trade and location context to brainstorm relevant, all that. Boom. Now it's telling us that it didn't actually, it's asking us right here, please provide me the sheet data along with the job type and location type details so I can suggest it relevant to the business ideas. So right, since we just went through the whole node, we now have context in the input section of what it is that we need. So in job type, if we drag it inside here, that is exactly what I'm talking about. So switch it to expression, and then we can literally, what we can do here is make this bigger, and now you can see, you can read this whole thing. So please format, and then we'll give it context, job type, location type for readability and structure, then based them on the trade and location provided, and then boom, suggest the fresh blue collar business ideas related to the trade for this area. Boom, just like that. Now it has context, and the message already still has that. So now if we execute the workflow, look right here, and here it is. Formatting suggestions, electrical location, Boston, and basically has Boston's push for renewable energy, smart home electrical integrations for Boston's growing tech savvy market is giving you ideas. But look at the formatting. The formatting is ugly as heck, right? But we still want the info, right? Now, this is where the code node goes crazy, and the code node is probably the most powerful node in n8n. By the way, one thing you always want to do when you're making these workflows, say if you're doing this for like someone else, you want to rename your workflow. So get info, you want to always rename them so it's neat, organized, and they know exactly what's happening. I do it all the time. So the code node is basically going to format this whole thing and make it look way better. So what we can do here is I usually use ChatGPT. So I actually have a Google Doc just in case you need context of what you should actually be posting. Clean transcript. So boom, I'm working on it and I have a clean transcript all broken up. I need you to create a code node function that the normal looking. So I like that line I put right here. So I'll just paste it in. Boom. I need a code node function that combines. So that combines the translate step into something normal looking. We'll say that formats my idea generation into something normal looking, and take another screenshot or just paste the other screenshot of what it looks like. And it's, jeez, man, we'll just do 4.0. We'll just do 4.0 since it's doing that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, whatever. So boom, we'll just, now we'll go here and this is where you're gonna paste it right there. Boom. And now we're gonna add the Airtable node. Airtable, we're gonna go here and it's gonna open a bunch of other actions. And so we're gonna do create or update a record, and then we're gonna do base and products, and we're just gonna do whatever we have out there. So I'll have a video again on how to connect Airtable credentials. It is annoying to connect them. I will have a video for that, and the rest of the credentials. So boom, now we have all of that, but we're still gonna need some info here so we can actually, you know, because this is where all of, and we'll go to Airtable right now to show you exactly what I mean. Once you put it in a specific table, then those things are gonna come along with it. So everything you see here, status, attachments, all of this stuff is all of this here, right? And you're not gonna know what to paste in here until we run the code all the way. So the execute workflow, my fault, the workflow, not the code. So boom, now it's going through the JavaScript and now it is creating, and boom, here it is. And as you can see, now this is everything we have. The info, we have the title. The title can go in here. You scroll down, the name, we'll put the title inside of where it says name, or you can put an ID, we'll put it in name. We have the trade, we'll just use notes for that. The trade is in here. We have location, right? Location, we can put it in here. Doesn't have to be exact, obviously, but you get the idea. The opportunity ideas, we'll put it in status. Even though I don't know if that would, you know what I mean, good. And then Boston angles. I don't know why it says Boston angles. It should say just shouldn't even say our Boston angles, but we can always change that, right? We can always fix that, and then you can put it in here. So basically the whole idea is we're just going to be creating a CRM for video, these ideas based off our what we got going on here. And every single time you put it in the job type section, it is always going to pull from the job type section. It's always going to pull from the New York session. All right, so as you can see, it says invalid input for status. That's literally what I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I don't know if it worked in status because status is it's put somewhere else. Like it's literally made for something else. So we could just take that off and then replace status, replace the opportunity ideas with attachment summary, or actually safe side. Let's put it, let's be in the safe side. Let's put it in the description. Right. So boom, execute. What's the problem now? Invalid input for status item 0. Oh, attachments. Okay, attachments. So you can't put in attachments either. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not like, because the only reason it's doing that is because if you look up here, I'll delete all this so we don't have all this mess. These are text. This right here, this is where pictures go, so you can't really, it says draw files here, and then this one is where fields are required to put something else. So it's not a text node. It's not like this. You know, it's not a price node either. So you have to put in like, or I'm saying node, sorry, it's not a field. It's called fields here. So fields I can put in description, ideal client, back client. I was just guessing, making sure like I couldn't do that, but let's put in the right ones. And you know, that's fine over there. These are probably not even fine, but I haven't got any issues with them. Ideal client, bad client, we'll just put it the rest in here. So boom, bad client, and then opportunity IDs is already there. What else was missing? Location type, blah, blah. Everything is good. So let's execute step. Attachments 0. Attachments expects an array, but we got boom. Now we'll go back here. We'll save real quick and we'll reflow. We'll do this again because we just updated it. We'll reload. And now let's execute this whole thing again. All right, boom. So attachments is no longer, shouldn't be there anymore. I don't know why it's still there. Oh, we can just delete them here. All right, let's just remove that. Cannot parse value by saying for this field assignee. All right, so now it's saying the rest. I knew it was just, I knew all of this. All right, so make sure it's like not in those sections where it's not supposed to be in it. So bad client, we'll put the location of bad client. Usually you'll put it in a title in a thing called location, but I didn't do it for this video. I'm just putting in a separate one. Like I should have done that, but that is the correct way on, you know, making sure it doesn't go in the wrong places. I'm pretty sure notes is fine. All right, man. Execute step. This should work. What else? Parse field for, oh yeah, okay. So delete assignee since they expect something. See if it works. It finally worked. Here it is. That's everything. The ID is here too. We didn't even include the ID, but it is there. We go back to the whole thing, and here it is. And you can click expand so you can see the whole thing. Electrical trade opportunities in Boston, as you can see. And then description, which would be like notes or stuff. Home installs, residential installs, upgrade. You see all your information is here, right? Price, everything is in here. Boston ID. This is basically based off everything we have in here. So old building specialist, rewire, safe. You just give it context, it adds it there. And this is a workflow based off our Google Sheets. And basically this is the power of n8n once you connect all the codes. So this is a, you know, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully this was you know, helpful for you to understand the possibilities with n8n and what you could do with it. You will definitely have times where you're just gonna need to fix things, and things always will mess up 99% of the time. Even when you get your clients, it will mess up. You can join my school community if you haven't and ask me any questions regarding this or regarding any work that you have going on at the moment. I'll be glad to help each and every one of you. So my name is Raymond, and I will see you in the next one.